The ambiguous ending of Attack on Titan has left more questions than answers. So many people believe Eren is gone for good, while so many people are convinced Eren is actually alive. In this short video, I'll break down everything we know about Eren's death at the end of Attack on Titan, and what we can expect from the next season. The ending led us to believe that Eren was defeated, permanently getting rid of all of the Titan powers, but the fact that Eren still had the Titan shifter marks on his face even after he did this led many to believe he's retained the power of the Titans. The tree that grows over Eren's burial site is identical to the tree that Ymir fell into before gaining the power of the Titans. The very last scene solidified that history is about to repeat itself. Humanity did not learn from their mistakes, meaning that global conflict continued, and the island of Paradise was nuked. A young boy is about to be granted the same power given to Ymir, and Eren could very well be the cause. In the history books of the world, Ymir is depicted making a deal with the devil. The fact that there's a tree on both sides of them furthers the notion that what happened to Ymir will happen again. The entity Ymir made a deal with is referred to as the devil of all earth. Doesn't that sound exactly like what Eren had become? In the outro for Season 4 Part 1, we get the visual of a phoenix transforming into a tree. Eren's insatiable desire for freedom has always been represented as a bird, so it's likely that this is some sort of repeat cycle. So what does this mean? Eren has lied to the entire world and secretly retained the power of the Titans, most likely taking the place of Ymir in the paths. We know he's not above lying to the world and to his friends. Eren wants the world to believe that Titans have been eradicated. After the horrific aftermath of his choices, Eren has more than enough reason to want to preserve this power and change the future. Eren is waiting for the next vessel to pass on the power of the Titans. So what would this look like if the series continued? Here are all the different scenarios that could play out ranked in order of insanity. Number 1. A prequel. This would be the safest route, as it wouldn't interfere with any of the lore and wouldn't retcon anything we've already seen. There's a lot of ground to cover here with so many questions we still haven't gotten answers for. We could get more insight into the Ackerman family, how they gain their superhuman strength by being put through Titan experiments. More light could be shed on the Great Titan War and who Helos actually was. Getting the perspective of Karl Fritz and why he decided to build the walls and create the vow-renouncing war would be really cool. We could go back even further and see how the hallucigenia came to be. We could even get the answer to the most elusive question in all of Attack on Titan. What exactly is the special technique Zeke's Beast Titan uses to wipe his bum? If you have any theories on this, make sure to comment down below. Number 2. A reboot. We get a brand new story following a fresh lineup of characters taking place in the same universe. This would be relatively risky, as there's no guarantee lightning will strike twice. I've read the theory that the hallucigenia grants powers based on the thoughts of the person it helps. So instead of man-eating titans, we could see humanity battling it out against giant mechas or even man-eating aliens. Considering the enormous amount of influence Attack on Titan took from Muv-Luv Alternative, I could definitely see something like this happening, although I'm not sure I would like this approach. I deeply resonated with Eren's desire for freedom and his demon-like sense of purpose. Just about every character in Attack on Titan has a unique personality. There's no guarantee a completely new lineup of characters will be as gripping and relatable as the first time around. Number 3. Breaking the cycle. Eren is not dead, but his fate is worse than death. Just like how Ymir lived in agony for over 2,000 years, chained down by her love for King Fritz, Eren is chained down by his unwavering desire for freedom, forced to live in perpetual regret for everything he's done. The freedom he felt during the rumbling was a fleeting moment and not actual lasting freedom. I believe Ymir wanted Eren to take her place in the paths and relieve her of her seemingly endless torment. Now Eren is seeking a new vessel to either help him achieve the true freedom he desperately craves, or have this person take him out once and for all. Grisha had told Zeke that from here only Eren will get his way. When taken literally, this means Eren retained the Founder's powers to be reborn into a life where he can be free from conflict and hatred. This would make sense within Eren's character. He directly stated that he will take the freedom of the world to achieve his own. This would mean that everything he's done, including decimating 80% of the world, was to buy himself freedom. Eren wants the kid at the end to save him, so he can live in a world free from the threat of the Eldians. Another possibility is that Eren is unwillingly woken up, and now he must atone for all of the horrific things he's done. It would be a redemption arc of the largest scale we've ever seen. A more uplifting alternative to this would be that Eren is watching over the world in some omniscient sort of way. The world has reached the point of imminent destruction, and Eren chooses a new vessel to change the fate of mankind. We know Ymir gained her power during a time of war and desolation, and the ending credits painfully depicts this exact same dynamic, showing us that global conflict has continued despite Eren's efforts. Number 4. A new era. We follow a new generation, remembering and looking back on the aftermath of Eren's actions. The rumbling decimating 80% of the world must have left irreparable scars on the world, paving the way for more future conflict. We could see this dynamic being covered in detail, but now the world will be more advanced, so the threat of the Titans will be replaced with nuclear warfare. Number 5. The Curse of Eren. Just like how the Curse of Ymir limits the lifespan of Titans to 13 years, and how the vow renouncing war prevents all members of the royal family from using the founding Titan to fight, Eren will renounce the ability to use the Titan Shifter's powers. This story would follow a new protagonist who finds out the truth and looks for a way to break this curse in order to protect their people from war. This idea would be a nice touch, since it would mimic what Karl Fritz did when moving to the island of Paradis. This would be a tasteful yet satirical use of circular storytelling. Eren would have become the very person he despised. It could be that the Titan's powers get passed on despite Eren's will, leaving his powers divided among 9 individuals again. Someone in the new generation could fight to inherit all 9 Titans but would have to fight Eren for control. Number 6. A colossal plot twist. This next one is beyond insane but would make for one hell of a twist. Hear me out. Everything we've seen after Season 3 is the result of the Founding Titan's memory manipulation. Eren actually went through with the rumbling entirely, leaving only Eldians behind. To avoid inner conflict, Eren forcibly erased the completion of the rumbling from collective memory and made the citizens of Eldia believe that Titans no longer exist. He could create a false history again and create a fabricated form of peace. The new protagonist would enlighten the Eldians to the truth of the world by taking Eren out. This idea would line up well with Eren's initial goal for the rumbling and create the sense of peace and freedom he wanted, although it would be the result of manipulation. Number 7. Nothing. This is by far the most insane possibility. Given the major commercial success of Attack on Titan, I would be very surprised to see the series end here. It would be a massive missed opportunity, as there's lots of potential for the series to continue. If this is in fact the case, it would mean the definitive end for Attack on Titan, and a goodbye to the story that captivated the world for over a decade. Which idea is the most believable? Which idea do you want to happen the most? Share this video with our fellow scouts and check out some more of these delicious videos.